Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the episode 2 of my podcast series. I hope you all liked my previous podcast and I hope you all listened to it. I believe I gave a lot of people different insights to mental health and how we feel on a day to day basis. So, in this podcast, also, we are going to be talking about some very important and not very often talked um, topics in our life. So let's get into it. In today's podcast, we will be dividing our topic into 6 segments and we will be talking about all these 6 segments in detail. So the question is, what is our topic today? So, guys, today we will be focusing on the topic, are you really happy or are you just pretending? Let me ask you something first. How did you all feel when I first said those words? Did it hit you deep? When someone asks you, how are you or how do you feel, what do you actually tell them? Me, I normally tell everyone I meet that I'm fine. I believe most of us, like 99% of us, do the same thing. It's an autonomic process, I believe. You automatically say, I'm fine, even when you're not, right? So think about it for a moment. Most of us say fine almost every single day, even though we are overwhelmed, stressed, worried, tired, or completely lost. And the strange thing is, when we look around, especially on social media, it feels like everyone else is happy, but not us. Like when we look on social media, everyone is traveling, everyone is succeeding in life, and most importantly, everyone seems to have their life together. But that makes me wonder sometimes, are we actually happy or are we just pretending that we are happy? That is a question I have almost every time in my head. So, some people will think that we are jealous of those particular people or that we are just not happy that they are having those kind of fun and happiness for themselves and we are not having those kind of stuff in our life going on, but that's not true, right? It's just that we are not jealous of them, but it just feels that we are in the same place of life where we were from the beginning, and it almost makes me question everything sometimes, whether are we are we really pretending that we're happy? Let's get into the segment 1 of this podcast, the highlight reel of life. If you open social media right now, what would you say? If I open my social media right now, I would see people traveling, perfectly smiling pictures, beautiful vacations, success stories, happy couples, people achieving their goals. For me, actually, to me, it looks like they're living their best life. But the truth is, guys, social media is a highlight reel. It's not real. It's not real. Let me rephrase this. It's not real all the time. It's not real 100%. Because no matter what we see on the platform, on social media, it does not define who we always post the good moments in our life, the exciting moments, the moments that look like the perfect side of our life, the moments that show the perfect side of our life, the happy side of our life. But if you think to yourself, do we ever post the other side of our life? The side we don't like to talk about, the dark side, like the nights we feel very anxious, the days we are feeling like we're falling behind, and the moments we feel like we question every single life choices we make. Those moments don't make it online, right? If you think to yourself, only the moments which we think that we look perfect in, the moments we think that makes us look happy, the moments we see us fake smiling to the camera is what we post up on social media. I mean, I would say I am doing that as well. And I think most of us are doing that. So I'm talking about my personal experience because I've had my own, plate, own share of trauma in my life as well. So I think we've all been through this phase. We just want to post what we feel like is the perfect picture that we want to show to someone who's going to meet up, or to someone who's going to search up our social media, scroll it. But do we ever post the dark side? Because me, I even think twice before I post a bad picture of my face, like the bad side of my face. I think twice. So I guess if we are questioning that kind of perfectness in our life, the real question is, are we really happy behind it? Sometimes we compare our real life to someone's highlight reel, maybe on Instagram, maybe on another social media platform. We always compare ourselves. So, this comparison of what we are doing after seeing that perfectly made reel is going to make us feel like that we are falling behind in life. It's going to make us feel like we're struggling. It's going to make us feel like we can't do anything to get up from that particular place of, the box we are residing in right now. It feels like we are not going in the right direction. Moving on to the segment 2 of our podcast is the I'm fine habit. There's something very interesting about how we talk to each other. It can be on social media, it can be on chats, it can be on real life conversations. When someone asks us, how are you? These three simple words, how are you? It's almost autonomic that we reply to them as, I'm good, I'm fine, everything's okay, I'm doing well. But are you really doing well? Sometimes we use those words to escape the reality. Even when you're not fine, you just say, I'm fine, because it is easier to say those three words rather than putting up your whole energy, putting up your whole effort to, explain of what you're really going through to another person. Because explaining how truly you feel is going to take up a lot of energy, it's going to take up a lot of mental space from you. So, and also very importantly, it takes vulnerability, because most people around us, we feel vulnerable. We feel that we don't want to share, we don't want to share up, or we don't want to open up of what we're really feeling through. We are very vulnerable to actions of others. We feel like, okay, if I open up to this person, if I open up and say out how I really feel, this person will judge me, or this person will disown me, or will be, not giving the perception of a person who I really am. So these kind of concepts will come to your head at that point when someone asks how you are really feeling. So that's why we are very, we're having a very autonomic process in our head to just put it out as I'm fine. And honestly, sometimes we feel like that people really don't want to listen to our feelings. They just want an answer to a question. They just ask that question as a courtesy of asking. So sometimes we honestly feel like they don't really want us to explain their feeling. They're just expecting the words of I'm fine to be, told out of our mouth. So we tell that, we smile, and we move forward like everything is under control and nothing is affecting our life. That's what we are doing every single day. We are pretending. So sometimes asking the simplest question from someone else can make their day. So please try to bring a happyful, a very joyful impact to someone else's life rather than being, like a dummy and asking all the fucking stupid questions and not even giving a fuck about their feelings. So please don't be like that. Because most of the people in our community nowadays, they lack the thing called humanity, and they don't want to ask, they don't want to, think about other people's feelings, and they just be like, if somebody says, I'm fine, even if their face is all dull and stuff, they just like, okay, and they just move on. But that's not humanity. And I think most of the time, people don't think about it. They just do it autonomously. So, segment 3. the pressure to look happy. Another thing that affects our happiness is the pressure which is coming behind it. Not just on social media, but in real life too. There's this silent expectation that we should always be doing well. No matter what we are going through, no matter how much of a hard time we are having, no matter how many fucking breakdowns we have in our life, just always be doing well, always do well. Because in our community, mental health is not even cared. Mental health, trash can. No, like nobody gives a single shit for mental health. If you're not fine, just go and take medicine. Everything will be alright. But it's not that, right? This is where the silent expectations come to the back of your head. This is where you will be feel like I should be always productive, always successful, confident, positive. All of that bullshit comes into your mind. But even if we are doing all those things right in life, even if we are achieving all those things right in life, sometimes we feel like we are doing whatever we do, we are not happy. Sometimes we feel like we are very wrong, where life is very wrong. But the truth is, guys, even if you're fucking successful, if you're a billionaire, it doesn't matter if you're not happy. And life is not always perfect. Trust me, I've been through shit, and we all have ups and downs in life. But some days are very amazing. Some days are superb. Some days you feel like you're out of this moon. And those days are very little. They're not going to be lasting long. Trust me, the happy days, the very joyful days, the days we really feel like ourselves, those are kind of limited to every one of us. But there are many days which are confusing, many days which are very heavy, like you feel like you can't move a single muscle in your body. And some days that are just difficult, but that's normal. Because when we look at someone else and we see them doing fine, we always think that we are the only ones that are left behind and we are the only ones that are lost here, and we feel like where did we go wrong in this journey? What is the purpose of our life? This is the pressure in life we have, that we always need to smile, that we always need to look happy, even we are not. But that's wrong. Smile if you really feel like you're happy. Laugh if you want to laugh out loud. And if you're not happy, if you're not feeling like it, fuck it. Fuck what every other person in this planet thinks. Just do what feels you happy, what makes you feel happy. Do whatever gives you the strength to get out of that bed one day, to keep your foot out of the bed. Do your morning routine. Do what makes you feel happy. Go to the gym, burn out. Do whatever it takes to make you feel like yourself. Segment 4 of the podcast is the truth that nobody talks about. Here's something I've realized. A lot of people, they're actually tired. Not just physically tired. You can't see the tiredness in the body. But they're mentally tired. They're tired over here. And guys, trust me, if you get tired over here, you're done. Because most of the people are tired of trying to keep up with everyone, of trying to keep up with the world, and also trying to pretend that everything is okay, and trying to be the best, that nothing ever goes wrong, that you are the best, and if I do this, I do this. Sometimes the people who are the most happiest beings on earth, the people who smile through everything, that the people who I've seen with a never ending smile on their face, is the people, like they are the people who have gone through the worst kind of shit in their life. Trust me, I've had first hand experience out of this, and I was also a victim of that phase. So, because this happens because they're really good at hiding how they feel, and they've learned to smile in the public with so many things going in their head. They learn to do that. And the point you learn to smile in public with a million things going on in your head, with all that mental tiredness, the overwhelming feeling, the giving up and all those fucked up situations, that is where you become dangerous. And that is why spreading mental health awareness is all about, and it is important to spread mental health awareness. And that's what I'm doing it in a way I can help our community to not come to a phase like that, because I don't even know how to explain what that person might go through from inside, because we can never see through it, because they have built such a wall that we can't even penetrate from it. Segment 5, a different way to think about happiness. So happiness isn't something that is perfect, something that is easily, something that can be achieved very easily. No. Happiness is, having your shit figured out. Happiness is seeing, feeling, knowing that you're going in the right direction. Happiness is being honest with ourselves. It is not such a complicated task. It is very simple if we streamline it, if we narrow it down to actually know what makes us feel the happiness. The important thing is admitting when you're tired, admitting when we're struggling, admitting that we don't have all the necessary resources like some people have, admitting that we don't have that necessity, or else admitting that we don't have answers to all the damn questions. Because the truth is, guys, we can't, we can't never figure out what's gonna happen in our life, because we are all learning, we are all growing, we are all falling on the way, and we are all trying to navigate our best way into life as we can. So use your perspective to think about happiness in a different way, and that can help you not compare yourself with someone we see online or someone we feel like is successful in life. Because when we see at that person, when we have really gained that self of fulfillment, the self of accomplishment, we know that I am that person, rather than just feeling it that you are not that person and you can't have that happiness. You'll feel like I am that person. I have much I have a much better happiness of what I'm seeing, and that is a fulfillment you can give. Segment 6, a question for you. Let me ask you something. Have you ever smiled in front of people while feeling completely overwhelmed inside? Have you ever felt like someone, maybe your closest friend, maybe your neighbor, maybe your cousin, is doing way better than you? Have you ever felt that? Have you ever felt jealous of them? And have you ever felt that you are not succeeding in life no matter what you do? And if you have felt anything above the above three, trust me, you are not alone in this. You are not alone. Most of the people feel that way, including myself, including yourself, and including all the others around us, even our parents, even your, closest friend, even your teachers. We all feel that way. So remember, you're not alone. It's just that they don't talk about it. They're good at hiding it. The goal in life isn't to look happy all the time. The goal in life is not to know what you're doing or what you have to do next in the journey of life. But the goal is to be honest along the journey. Some days we might not feel great, and some days we won't even be able to, get up from our bed. But that's okay, because if you're feeling that, if you are going through that, it means that you're human. Because happiness isn't something that we can perform for the world. It's something that we build from within ourselves. Because the next time someone asks you, or if you ask yourself, how are you? Maybe pause for a second and think, am I really happy, or am I just pretending? I believe we discussed all the 6 segments in this podcast, and thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you have come this far, I believe that I could give you some insights of what we are really feeling through and what we are really, trying to do in life. And if you're feeling like this, just know it's okay because there are many people that feel that way. And it's something that I always say that you are not alone in this process. There are millions of people around you to help you, to reach out to you. So I hope that I made your thoughts and your feelings even a little bit validated so you feel that there are others as well who feel like this and that I'm not going crazy. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast again. So, let's talk about a really interesting topic in the next episode 3 of my podcast. I hope to see you all soon. Till then, take care of yourselves and know that you are not alone in this.